Hello, welcome to Talk Sports. I'm Adi Shogun and joined by Yemite and Apollo on today's program. With the 2025-26 season approaching, clubs around the Premier League are already making moves. Today, we focus on transfer purchases all alone. We'll cover outgoing players in our next episode. So let's dive in. But before going into the stories, I'll be introducing my pundits to you, Yemite, to my near side. Yemite, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Transfer window on the menu, and it's always an interesting time, pending the time the Club World Cup will come up to our viewing pleasure. So, we can't wait to see what's going on in there.
Okay, I'm spotting the Arsenal jersey is also Polo in the studio. Though they finish some runner up to what's it called Liverpool, they'll also be looking at mounting a challenge in the APL and UEFA Champions League if possible, and come 2025-2026 season. Polo, you're welcome to Talk Sports.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and very excited that the transfer window has finally opened, at least for the next 10 days. Due to the FIFA Club World Cup. But in the space of 3-4 days that it has opened, we've seen a lot of transfers being done. And, I'm still hoping for my darling club Arsenal to at least give us a name. At the moment, we've not signed anybody officially.
Okay, we'll start off at the Emirates Stadium and talking about Arsenal. Arsenal are yet to make any purchases so far, and instead, it seems to be clearing the decks. Are they hiding? Are they bidding their time for something big? Let's go straight to the questions. Paulo, you're an Arsenal fan. Is this a sign of strategic patience or a lack of planning from Gunners?
Well, at the moment now, I can't, really say because you look at Arsenal and you look at teams like Manchester City and probably Liverpool, and you see the difference between both clubs. You could see that Liverpool, despite winning the league, they've quickly gone into the market, to strengthen their, team. And look at Manchester City with the news coming up that they're so close in getting, about one or two players. But look at Arsenal, one would have thought that, after what happened this season that just ended now, that Arsenal will be the first to announce signing of players, but up to now we've not. But I don't know if it's about patient or not. But I just hope in the coming days we'll definitely get one or two players coming in.
Okay, that's one thing the Arsenal fans really know how to do. They're always open, and let's see how they move them all in the transfer window as we approach on the 2025-2026 season. You might have, could this delay in signing cause them when pre-season actually starts?
For the guys, the clubs you see that are rushing in the transfer window this year, is mostly because of the
Club
Club
World
World
Cup.
Cup, and Arsenal is not part of it. So, I don't think that Arsenal is delaying or anything like that. I just think that they are just taking their time. They are not going to Club World Cup. Man City that is in our haste, they are going to Club World Cup. Real Madrid Club World Cup. Even Al Hilal, Chelsea, the clubs are in a hurry to get their signings in. They are going to the Club World Cup. So I think that Arsenal, since they are not going there, they just calm down and be very patient to do their business. It's just June. Preseason will start in July. Then you can start talking about maybe it will delay their preseason.
So don't you think the big clubs, going all out right now, because we have the first, phase of the transfer window. That is June 1 to June 10.
10.
Yeah, that's the first phase of the window for the transfer market. Don't you think the big guys who are going to the Club World Cup now will be getting, the best set of players, and the rest will be left just going to be rubbles being left for the other clubs?
I don't think so.
No, to me, I don't think so. Also, because I think a lot of clubs they've identified their targets, and probably they're looking at some other targets. Teams, players playing in the FIFA World Club now, because there are a lot of players, teams that are not in the FIFA World Club who want to sign from those clubs that are playing there, but those clubs won't want to release them now. Because they want those players to participate. So I think the FIFA World Club also is probably one of the reasons why the transfer window has been clubs haven't gone into the window like the way we
No,
expected
but,
it to
but,
be.
but when you look at it, some clubs that actually do their business as soon as possible and get out of the transfer window, because before it becomes inflated. We saw what Liverpool did to Chelsea on Moises Caicedo. Would have been 100 million. Chelsea ended up paying 115 million. So when you look at all those things, you want to do your business on time. And yes, there can be a point to worry about for Arsenal, because what if the best of the best, the main target, has been off the market? then they will now be left with the average of the average. Of which now Arsenal, I think Arsenal should show a statement of intent. Yeah, they should show that, oh, we want to win the league, and you act on it. Not that you just sit down and watch and watch. Now, what I just noticed is that it seems there is a box stop between Berta and Arteta, because according to what I heard, according to rumors, let me put it that way, Arteta wants Sesko, Berta wants Gyökeres. And when you look at it, Jorginho is leaving. We've not even here we go on Zubimendi. Everything is not cleared yet.
Talking about Zubimendi, yes, so there's still the rumors. We saw a lot of rumors coming up in the transfer market that yes, he's actually waiting on Real Madrid to come up with a bid. You talked about Xabi Alonso as being his mentor, and I think actually he's softly talking about him waiting for Real Madrid. Is that actually a good one for Arsenal?
Well, we've heard a lot of rumors coming up again right now, and talking about Zubimendi himself. I think he was confronted by one of those journalists at the national team camp there, where he talked about how he has been hearing a lot of things about him, even things he's not aware of. But he had to just post. There's a post he actually posted, I think on X, about him putting on an Arsenal jersey. But he said he's not aware of a lot of things, but you just have to move along. But at the same time, there's a news coming out today from one of the Arsenal journalists talking about Zubimendi, that the reason why that deal hasn't been officially announced is because Atletico Madrid wants to delay the announcement, because according to what Real Sociedad, that let me just go through that. The reason is financial, with La Roya account set to roll into new financial year next month.
Yeah, that's coming from July 1.
The profit from Zubimendi sale will be booked under the 2020
new season.
So that the club Real Sociedad will
so
be
is
able
there an
to spend.
agreement between Arsenal
I
and
think
Sociedad?
so.
And
I
that
think
is the
so.
question
Yeah,
now.
there's agreement, and
Verbal agreement, or
it
it's
will
a confirmed agreement.
With
Which of the two?
with the player.
If there's
and
no
No,
money,
I'm coming. Because the player is
No,
the player is
the-
actually
no,
making himself available for Real
thing
Madrid.
is,
right
yeah.
now.
once you have not signed,
Yeah.
any
It's an oral
agreement is
agreement.
verbal. It's simply verbal.
So
So
it
what
seems
is
that there's
even
no
Fabri reported it.
there's no substantial agreement between Arsenal and
Just
Zubimendi
verbal.
right
Well,
now.
That's verbal
at the
agreement.
moment, that's what it seems, But from all indication, it might go through.
Again, we'll be seeing where Zubimendi will play in his professional
And
career.
Arsenal might
Continuing
win the
next
league
season,
next
will it be
season.
with Arsenal or will it be with Real Madrid, where Xabi Alonso is their new coach? Yes, they are also recruiting the very best of the best players. So Zubimendi is one name that will actually go through the rest of the transfer window. Lastly, on the Gunners, Paulo, are they possibly working under a financial constraint or waiting to feature or to offload more players on force? Because we know that there are a lot of players Arsenal really wants to offload, and PSR is on one side, and you have FFP on one side. A lot of constraint for the Gunners. It's been long you guys won a trophy, so you are not at an advantage of spending money in the markets.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal is working on any type. As at today, Arsenal have officially released 20 players, and including Jorginho and the ones that are on loan.
Even Partey is released.
No, the news that today there are 3 players. Talking about Thomas Partey.
His contract ended June 30. Okay, his
Uh,
contract will
June
be
is-
ending
yeah,
June 30.
the report coming out from the club direct now, this is not a rumor, is that they are negotiating with Thomas Partey. And
It's
there
still
is
a rumor.
from the club. It's actually
No,
from the club.
it's a substantial.
No, it's from the club. Actually, I got it
report.
from because the club actually released a statement about those list of players.
Official.
And they are negotiating with. They mentioned 3 players. That's Thomas Partey and.
But you're not at advantage because from January, a player can actually agree. Since
Yeah,
once he gets into the last
yeah,
6 months.
Yeah, but I
of his
think
career.
Thomas Partey wants to stay at him also. But let's see. And hopefully, as an Arsenal fan, I think we want to see Thomas
Arsenal
Partey stay.
fans are no.
Again, we've seen
Yeah,
where
fine,
Thomas Partey will
we
also
have
be
to,
playing his season next
You
season.
have
Talking about
to.
that
The Arsenal
fan.
fans